Today we're going to be making delicious homemade granola in about a half hour. Hi, I'm Dr. Christensen. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a delicious granola that's homemade, that's got all kinds of wonderful things in it, and it's so quick and it's so easy, you'll really be amazed. This is a peanut butter based granola, and so today we're going to be using our favorite peanut butter, which is Adam's peanut butter. It's 100% natural and it's very good. And so to make this granola, I'm just going to jump right in here. Where's my... I just lost my... Okay, we're going to be making 4 cups of granola. So the first ingredient of most granolas, and this one, is 4 cups of rolled oats. And I've got some quick oats here that we're going to use. And so I've got 4 cups of rolled oats that I'm going to begin with. I'm following, by the way, the recipe in our manual, Healing in the Kitchen. And so this is on page 129. The second ingredient, and we add this one second because it's powdered and it'll mix in good with the granola. So we're going to use a half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and you can see what I'm doing here. Next ingredient here is a half a teaspoon of sea salt. And so we've got some sea salt. It's a real salt is the brand name, and we put that in there. Next, I have a half a cup of peanut butter, and before I do that, I'm just gonna mix these dry ingredients together before we put the wet ingredients. And so we're going to use a half a cup of our peanut butter. If you buy this type of peanut butter, often the oil is on the top and it gets very, very solid near the bottom, and we want it to be mixed up thoroughly. And I found the best way to do this is to empty the whole jar into my KitchenAid with the dough hook that I use to make bread, and I just put it in there and mix it and blend it, and then I've got that nice consistency that I can pour my peanut butter out, and so I'm going to use a half a cup of that, and this is going to be the oil that we use in this recipe. So we're not going to be using any coconut oil or another type of oil that we would be using in our other granola recipe that's also in our book. And so I've got a half a cup of peanut butter. Next, I'm going to add half a cup of sweetener, and today I'm going to be using some maple syrup. This is an organic maple syrup that we get at members markets, either Sam's Club or Costco, one of those. It looks like this one hasn't been opened yet. And so half a cup of the organic maple syrup, and this is just going to be pure deliciousness. There we go. Half a cup there. Our next ingredient is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is the vanilla extract that we make ourselves, and it's made... I think I've got another video on how to make the vanilla extract. It's essentially 1 cup of alcohol. We use Captain Morgan's rum with 5 vanilla beans. Vanilla beans right now are just crazy, crazy expensive. And so if you've got some old vanilla beans, you probably didn't pay $435 a pound for them. The last ingredient that we're going to add is some nuts, and we're going to add a half a cup of nuts. You could do nuts or seeds. I'm going to do a combination of some almonds And these are almonds that we've made into what we call crispy nuts, where we soak them in a light salt water and then dry them on the dehydrator. And I'm going to use my same half cup measuring cup here for the almond chunks that I have. I'm going to add a little bit of walnuts to this because we like walnuts as well. As with all of my recipes in cooking, you don't need to be real precise with this. And so I've got my almonds, my walnuts, and you can see I'm a little bit over a half a cup, which we're fine with. We put that in here. Everything sticks to my peanut butter. And then finally, it also mentions that you could you can use some seeds. And so I'm just going to throw a few seeds in here. This is from my seedy mix. If you followed along with my my seedy bread recipe for sourdough, this is a combination of sesame seeds and flax seeds and pumpkin seeds. I think I've got some poppy seeds in here, some hemp seeds, and so we're going to add just a little bit of the seeds to this as well. And then finally, what I do is we're just going to mix everything together. The liquid from the maple syrup, the moisture from the peanut butter is going to give me a real nice consistency. And so you want to mix it as thoroughly as you can, breaking up all the lumps and the chunks and that looks pretty good there. In my other granola recipe, we often will use peanuts. In this one, I obviously don't need to because we've got the peanut butter. And so that's what we've got there. I'm going to grab a cookie sheet. And I simply put my granola mixture on the cookie sheet. I'm going to spread it so that it's even. Just like that. And then I put it into a preheated oven, 325 degrees. And we're going to let that cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. About halfway through, I'm going to go through and with a spatula or just my spoon here, I'm going to stir everything up a little bit so that it'll heat a little more evenly. And we'll check back in 20-25 minutes and we'll take a look. Okay, so we're back, and the granola has been cooking for about 25 minutes, and we're ready to take it out. And if you were here, you'd smell the wonderful smell here. And so when we work with the granola, it's important to let it dry out, and then we just put it back in the pan here. If you decide you want to add some fruit, some raisins, or something to your granola, now's the time to do it. You want to do it before you bake. And so I'm gonna add some raisins to our granola. Again, just mix those in. You can store it in a Mason canning jar and enjoy it with some of our cashew milk that we have in another video, and that's it. Very, very simple. You can do it in easily under an hour, including the cooking time. And so enjoy.